From Appleton, Wisconsin, this is APTV.
Welcome to APTV, episode 494 for Thursday, June 8th, 2023.
This week we have banter, news, updates, a gorgeous new Esterbrook, a fun new Retro 51, a beautiful sailor, some spotlight items, a contest winner, a new contest, and as of this moment, nothing that is coming soon, but that's not true.
Okay. Hey, Lisa. Did you know in all my free time,
That's funny.
all my free time,
Okay.
I've started a band. I started a band. I was a musician. I have a degree in music. I was a musician in college.
Okay.
So I started a band and I called it Blanket. It's a cover band.
But I'm tish. This week's location bumper is the new store location. So there was a long, felt like forever, where like really nothing was happening. And then all of a sudden the carpet's been installed. The internet has been installed. Both of those, of course, were drama-filled.
Highly dramatic. Highly dramatic.
And we are almost ready to start moving additional things in. And I am excited to get everything out of the house and the garage and the store.
Yep.
And the house and the garage and the basement.
Did you mention the garage? Because there's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
A lot
of stuff. So we are excited, and I'm going to go with a little overwhelmed, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's gonna come to a head real quick here. It's less than 2 weeks before we close. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Are we going to talk about the time frame?
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay, but it's coming together. So everything's been painted, and I think now it's like official. We have the door on the bathroom. And the fire extinguisher cabinet and the mirrors.
We don't have a lock for the door on the back.
We don't have a key to the lock, but the door's on. Fire extinguisher cabinet's in, so I think that makes us official.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty close.
Yeah, we're excited. So, what else?
Today, Thursday, June 8th, is World Ocean Day. Cool. World Ocean Day unites and rallies the world to protect and restore our blue planet. Also this Saturday, June 10th, so for those of you who are planning on coming to the store, just to be forewarned, June 10th is Appleton's Flag Day Parade. It is celebrated on Wednesday, June 14th, with the parade coming over the preceding weekend. So commemorates the adoption of the flag of the United States on June 14th, 1777. By resolution of the Second Continental Congress. And it's a pretty big day here.
It's a pretty big parade. Yeah. Coming from Tampa, the kids and I hadn't really gone to a lot of parades in Florida, but Appleton has a lot of parades.
They take their parades seriously.
Quite seriously.
Holy cow.
Yes. And so isn't the Flag Day Parade one of the biggest?
I don't
in the state, I thought?
It's pretty big. But so what that means is College Avenue right in front of the store is blocked off, of course. It's usually early in the morning, but then I think right after that, there probably still will be the farmers market, I'm imagining.
Yes.
Afterwards, so which has started now in Appleton, which means for the next couple of weeks that we're open downtown.
It's a little chaotic.
It's a little chaotic. So, and Saturday, June 10th is Ballpoint Pen Day.
This is awesome.
I can't believe you just said that. Happy 80th birthday to the Ballpoint Pen. This day celebrates the anniversary of the patent being filed in 1943.
Oh, come on, that's kind of cool.
Well, I do have some ballpoints. I use them more now than I used to. So, there it is. Happy birthday to the Ballpoint.
All right. So news. The current physical Anderson Pen store will be closing as of close of day, 2 p.m. on Saturday, January.
I'm not hanging around any longer than I need to.
Sorry, let's try that again. June 17th.
All right, that's better.
So normally we close at 2 on Saturday. We will be open until 2 on Saturday, June 17th. We're going to close at 2:01. You and I will be ordering lunch.
Yep.
And then
what are we having for lunch?
it may be one of the last times we go to Garden View. We might go to Garden View. And so we're going to go and eat a hearty lunch and then come back, and we are going to just pack our hearts out.
Yep. Let the move begin. So
yes.
if you're local and you absolutely have to have anything, that'll be your last chance to get something for a little bit.
Yes.
We do have kind of a revised timeline
yes.
now. So originally the plan was we were going to reopen after the 4th of July.
And we've moved that up. We think we can handle this. We plan to reopen on Wednesday, June 28th.
Yes.
So we'll be closed for an entire week and a half. Brian will be going to the St. Louis Pen Show during that time. Dave has some vacation time. And quite frankly, we have a lot of fixtures to move and get set up. So the plan is to do kind of a soft reopening on the 28th and then be open for about a week. Then we're closed for the 4th. Yeah. And then...
So what that means is what you didn't tell people is you are not going to the St. Louis show.
I am not going to go to the St. Louis show.
I'm going to drive the show myself.
Yes, I'm sorry.
But
I need to be here to unpack.
You're going to be here to
unpack. And repack and organize. And
I'm just going to go and spend money.
Yeah, how come I'm working and you're playing and shopping?
You said you didn't want to go?
I said I needed to be here.
Okay.
So.
Anyway.
Well, you're going for the cake.
I am going for the cake.
You're going for the birthday cake.
I'm bringing that thing home this time. I'm not leaving it in the hotel like I did last time.
Yeah. So anyway, the online store will remain open. There will be probably that first weekend, the 17th, 18th, and probably 19th, maybe 20th. Depends on how much.
Well, we'll get everything that came in Friday the 16th and Saturday 17th before U.S. Postal shows up.
We'll get
it out.
Packed up, shipped, and on the way to you.
Sunday, nothing ships anyway.
Sunday, Monday probably will be a little bit of a delay, but we plan to have a lot of things already set up in the store before we close the existing store.
Yeah.
So we'll have shipping already set up.
It's actually the first thing, I think, is getting the shipping.
Yes.
Shipping organized and ready to go.
Yes, that'll actually be ready early next week. So anyway, that's kind of our plan. The online store will remain open, but the physical brick and mortar store will be closed to the public between basically June. I can't get this right.
July,
June
January.
18th.
Are there any other J months?
Sunday. Yeah, one of those J months. June 18th, which is a Sunday, through June 28th.
27th.
Well, the 27th will be closed, yes. I don't know. We're going to be closed for a while. We're going to reopen.
Just stay tuned.
Yeah.
But don't worry. We'll still continue shipping.
Yes. All right.
What do you call a man that irons clothes? Iron Man.
Just in, and it's literally just in, so I don't actually have it here. The Esterbrook and Ferris wheel press Nebulous Plume. It's actually a limited edition.
Yes.
It's a special. It's a new
collaboration.
New collaboration. Thank you. Between Esterbrook and Ferris wheel press. It's a 6-color diamond cast material. It's reminiscent of the swirling clouds of gas and dust that make up nebulae. And then it has a wax casted ring, which adds a touch of elegance, while the gold-plated clip with star engravings provides a subtle nod to the pen's name. So this is the first time Esterbrook has had this whole clip and trim ring thing that's going on.
It also includes a custom blended Ferris wheel press ink, which is a beautiful interpretation of the pen. It's a deep, rich blue that is perfect for writing letters, journaling, or taking notes.
It's perfect.
The galactic-themed box features rocket ships, astronaut animals, and stargazing.
Is it astronaut animals? Or astronaut, animals?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's got rocket ships on it, so what more do you need to know? And then it has a gold-plated nib with the Ferris wheel press and Esterbrook engraving. It is available, so this is, we'll clarify this.
Pay attention.
It's available in extra fine, medium, broad, and 1.1 stub. However, the fine and the 1.1 nibs are not available yet. So at launch, we have extra fine, medium, and broad are available. If you're looking for the fine and the 1.1, I highly recommend you sign up for the back in stock notification. When we get them in, you will get an email, and then you can grab them. But limited edition, there were supposed to be just over 1,000. However, what I understand is maybe that there were significantly less than that.
Okay.
There was a shortage at the factory, so it might be somewhere around 850-ish. So that's just in.
Think of it as a one-shot deal.
It is a one-shot deal, for sure. Also, speaking of a one-shot deal.
Yes. The Retro 51 Honey Bear. This is a limited edition popper, and like all poppers, that's it. Once they're gone, they're gone. Retro 51 is embracing the sweetness of summer with the new Honey Bear popper. The barrel is designed, it's inspired by the iconic Honey Bear container that we all, those of us of a certain age, all grew up with.
Well, they still have them.
Do they?
Yeah,
it was
absolutely.
so cute.
Yeah, you still get them.
This tornado is guaranteed to add some delicious nectar to your day. The friendly bear has been acid etched on the barrel.
Oh, it's acid.
Acid etched. I do love those.
Those are
And
nice.
finished with a honey-toned copper plating, complete with bright yellow lacquer accents. So that's going to be really, really similar to the bottle that we all remember. Each piece has a limited edition number engraved on the top ring. And it is 812 pieces made, inspired by the 12 ounces of golden goodness and packaged in a matching gift tube. I love it when they do that.
Yep.
So give in to the sweetness of summer and allow Honey Bear to transport you into the delectable summer feeling.
Now, we should mention that these were launched on the day of filming, so very, very, very likely we no longer have these, but that would be fun just to show them off.
Yes. I like the spotlight because, you get so much stuff in and there are
You
just
forget
so
about
many
some of the
things. You forget
other
about
cool
some of the
stuff.
classics and the cool stuff.
So when Eric asked me this week, he said, well, what else should we put on APTV? I said,
This.
Kabazaiku.
Yes.
Number one, it's super fun to say. Kabazaiku. The Sailor Kabazaiku Cherry Bark Fountain Pen, you happen to have one right there, is a warm, medium shade of brown made from wild cherry bark wood. Cherry bark woodworking is a traditional Japanese art form, and samurai warriors even use cherry bark to decorate their weapons. Can you imagine how cool that would be?
That is cool.
The unique pattern of the wild cherry bark on the cap and barrel means that no two pens will be alike, and I'll talk about that in a second. The natural wood grain provides a slight texture, which is an interesting detail not found in many other pens. It definitely has a cool texture to it.
Yes.
14 karat gold nib, of course, is available in medium only. However, we can help you out if you're looking for a different nib. The thick gold trim band inscribed with Denshiro and Sailor Japan provides an element of elegance and warmth which complements this material, and it ships in an attractive presentation box, which includes a complimentary bottle of Sailor Black ink.
That is cool.
And
let's talk about this.
Let's talk about this because each pen is unique, and I actually went through, I think, 3 of these before I found one that I really, really, really had to have. And I'm normally not that type of consumer, but they're just so neat the way the pattern is on the pen. And this one, I have to say, if I didn't already have one, I would take this one because it's exceptional.
So the way that the pen feels is it is smooth, but because it is the natural wood, there are some rougher patches. Mm-hmm. Now, it's all been sanded. It's not going to catch your finger or anything like that.
Chip or anything
but
like that,
it is definitely not perfectly smooth like a resin pen.
It's natural.
It is.
It's natural.
Yeah. So these are cool.
I love the pen. And what's super cool about this pen, if I may.
You may.
So it's threaded, and no part of the wood ever gets touched by metal. So you can post this pen, and there's actually a little clutch on the back here, and it snaps into place.
That's cool.
It is super cool. And, and for Sailor, this is a little bit of a different design. It looks sort of like a Pro Gear, but it's more straight, and then it has this little taper on the end. Really a lovely, lovely pen. It's just super.
I know.
It's a cool.
You love yours.
And then, of course, it's got the Anchor logo on the top. Yep. I love mine.
There you go.
But there it is.
And it is fun to say.
Kabazaiku.
Another spotlight is also by Sailor, the Pro Gear and the Pro Gear Slim, the Soda Pop Blue. Now, this was the color of the year for 2022. And again, with Sailor coming out with so many cool colors, sometimes some of these just get forgotten in all the excitement of the newness.
Look at this one.
This is a kick-ass color.
This has got a zoom nib on it.
Oh.
I like this. Two-tone nib. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
We are.
Here.
You'll pop your top for these limited edition 2022 North American exclusive Sailor Pro Gear and Pro Gear Slim fountain pens named Soda Pop Blue. And this is, there's even little bubbles.
Yeah. It looks like
shimmer,
Soda Pop.
so it makes it look like little bubbles in soda. Everything about these pens explodes with fun and a little whimsy. The gorgeous topaz blue cap and barrel shimmer with silver sparkles, which is very true. It's enough so you can see it, but it's not in your face, over the top, sparkly. Accented by a bicolored gold nib, 21 karat in the Pro Gear, 14 karat in the Pro Gear Slim, and they have gold trim.
Yeah, and this is the gold, rhodium gold bicolor nib, which is a little bit different. It's not as common.
Yes.
You typically see that on the black with gold Pro Gear. Primarily, that's about the only one that nib comes on. But a nice looking nib. I like those bicolor nibs. Matching section too, by the way.
Yes, I do
Matching
like
material.
it when you have a matching section. The cap trim band has 2022 engraved on it. And of course, they include a proprietary Sailor converter as well as 2 black cartridges. We currently have a Pro Gear with a zoom and music nib and a Pro Gear Slim in fine. We have not been notified, have we, that these are discontinued?
They're pretty close.
If it hasn't been announced, then they're pretty close. Since this was the color for 2022, and now we're into mid 2023, that was one of the reasons we wanted to mention that. Grab it if you're interested before they're gone.
We've got some ink, and this is actually kind of
This is
new.
fun.
This is really, it's not new, but it is new.
Yes.
So Pelikan 4001 Blue Black.
It's got kind of a scandalous history.
It does, yeah. That's a good way to put it. It's not new. They've made it before. It is sort of new to the U.S.
For a long time, it was not allowed to be imported into the U.S. through traditional distribution methods.
That's a very politically correct way to say that.
You could get it.
You can get it.
You know, you had to know somebody.
And the reason for that was?
Something that it was made with.
Supposedly, something it was made with was not.
It's one of those things that was banned in the U.S.
Banned in the U.S.
And Justin's looking at us funny, like, what? Yeah, it was a thing for a long time. It was available in Europe. You couldn't get it in the U.S. unless you knew somebody who had brought it in. Yeah. And apparently now it's...
Well, so here's what we were talking with our rep from Gary at Pelikan at Charpak, and he said they have chemists on staff,
right?
And he said they looked at it and they said there is absolutely no reason whatsoever that this couldn't be sold in the U.S. So
they brought it
poof,
in.
Here it is.
And so now the color that some of you may have been hoarding for years.
Yeah, don't hoard it anymore. Use it up.
You can buy new. So we have the blue black. It's made in Germany. Comes in the standard 62.5 ml glass bottle, and as with other Pelikan 4001 inks, it's consistent performance and gentle formula, safe for both vintage and modern fountain pens. Mm-hmm. So there you go.
All right, and there are 2 actually new to us, and actually I think the pink is new.
Yes.
The 2 other colors in 4001 lineup.
Yes.
The 4001 pink,
which used to come in cartridge only.
Okay.
And we had it in cartridges when we carried the Pelikan cartridges, and that was it. And I've never understood why companies make certain things only in bottle or certain things only in cartridge.
Right.
Just
like Sailor makes a red cartridge.
Yes, but no red ink.
No red bottled ink.
A couple other companies made only certain color cartridges, but not bottled ink. So that is now available. And
I'm excited about.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a great ink.
I'm just thinking about the big jar of highlighters I still have on my desk, but highlighter yellow. So,
and it's what's cool about this is there are other highlighters. This one is highly legible. It is very, very legible highlighter ink. So if you're using it for that particular purpose, I don't know why else you would use it, but you can read it. It's I can't speak highly enough about it. It's really excellent.
It's interesting to see you get so excited about ink.
Put it in the Zoom nib.
Ooh,
or put it in a broad music nib or something like that.
Okay.
And use it for highlighting, and it's great. It's one of the best ones I think I've ever seen.
How did the barber win the race? He knew a shortcut.
What pen have you owned the longest, and how long have you owned it?
Yeah. So mine was a Venus autograph in striated plastic.
Okay.
Which I've never, ever been able to open up, ever. So I can't even use it. Section is glued to the body.
That's so typical of you. Okay. I have 3.
And you brought them, which is
and
cool because I was going to bring mine in. And
I did. And so this is a ballpoint, so forgive me, but
it's ballpoint day, though.
It is,
remember?
Yes. So this is a Schaefer Prelude that was a Christmas gift from my dear, dear friends, Doug and Jackie. And the funny story behind this is they knew that I liked pens, so they chipped in and they bought this. And when they gave it to me for Christmas, and this was like 2004, maybe 2003, they brought it to me in this giant box. Like, I think Doug's mom had gotten like a new
refrigerator.
Like a fridge, or he had a Trans Am, and so it fit in the Trans Am, but just barely. Okay. So like a giant microwave, or this giant box that the two of them, they each took one end, and they're like struggling with this box. And so I'm trying to figure out what cinder blocks they're bringing me. I mean, they're just like, they had to put it down halfway. And so they made this whole big thing about it. And then they both held each side while I opened the top, and then inside is this tiny little pen box. And so they had it engraved, and they actually meant to put my nickname, but they put my full name instead, so that was just kind of funny. And they wanted to have it re-engraved. I didn't, so it was great. But that was...
it's a cool color. I like that copper.
Yeah, copper with the gold trim. So one of my older pens. And then I have 2 that are, I think, older to me. One was way, way, way back in the day. There were forums online, and for a while I hosted one on a server.
CPP,
one of those
or
kinds of things. Yeah. And so when there would be pen shows, we would have little contests and giveaways for people who couldn't go to the pen show. And so one time I won a pen, and it says the HV, for HV Schultz, who had given this particular thing, didn't go to the show award, 2002. And then it was also engraved in honor of a pen friend of ours who was actually murdered. But this is one of my oldest. And then when our friend Katie passed away, another group made a set of pens, and a bunch of us bought them. And so this is my Katie pen. I will never, ever, Pelikan. Ever sell it. Yep.
What's that? 100?
Yeah, I don't...
150 or something like that?
One of the smaller ones, yeah. But that was also around the same time. So, awesome. But yeah, this is one of my one of my favorite stories. I'll just never forget them dragging this giant box. So there
awesome.
You go.
We had some good responses here.
Comments,
Tim
yes.
Chai. The pen I can remember owning longest is a Mont Blanc Classic gifted to me when I passed the CPA exam. So many years ago. Along with that was a Mont Blanc pencil.
Schmook 100 says the pen I've had the longest is a Pelikan M150 that I got in 1987 for school. I still write with it from time to time. We'll break that out. Yeah. Use it again.
Buddy Dunkel says a pen that's been in my possession the longest is a Lamy Nex, engraved with my name.
Cool.
It was a birthday present from my grandparents for my 12th birthday. That's cool. Which means that this year it has been with me for exactly half my life. Crazy to think that soon it will have been with me longer than I've been without.
Nice. Chris McCormick says, I've just begun to collect a few fountain pens, beginning about 18 months ago. My first pen was a TWSBI Eco with an extra fine nib, and I love using it. It's a good start.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
It's a good pen. I love the Eco. Sarah Hagan says, the pen I've owned the longest is my Pilot Metropolitan. It got me started on my fountain pen collection. I have owned it since 2016.
Cool.
I think that's a lot of people's very first fountain pen.
Yes, absolutely.
I really think it is.
DKA Darlene says, the first fountain pen I ever bought is a Pelikan M150 green and black with an metallic steel gold-plated nib. I purchased it in 1973 from Continental Art Supply, a family-owned store that is no longer in business.
I think that's an M150.
It might be.
I think there's a lot of M150s.
We might be twinsies, Darlene.
Phil Nordine says, the oldest pen I still own, ? How about a Parker 61, black with gold-chased cap from 1966? I struggled through high school with a no-name something that leaked so badly I had to wrap it in a handkerchief. My girlfriend at the time gifted me with the Parker for graduation, and I carried it through my undergrad years. I was a biology major, so I appreciated the capillary filling action, just like trees do, and I thought it made me look more scholarly, taking notes with it while my peers were using ballpoints. Parker 61, one of the most underappreciated Parkers I think there is.
Okay.
Next to the 45.
Michelle Stevenson, I still have the Pilot Metropolitan that I purchased at my first pen show, St. Louis, in 2019. It's a white tiger in honor of my high school mascot.
Yeah, that was our mascot too. It wasn't a white tiger, but Marshfield Tigers.
Okay. We were the Johnstown Sir Bills.
The what?
Sir William Johnson founded my...
Sir Bills?
Sir Bill.
Sir Bill.
Because Sir William Johnson founded my hometown, so we were the Sir Bills. Yes, I agree. You should have seen the band uniforms. They looked like 1776 uniforms. Seriously, with a tricorner.
Oh no, the tricorner hat. That's cool. That's cool. I can get into
Mom,
that.
I bet you she's got really embarrassing pictures of me from marching band.
I bet she does.
And those wool uniforms were hot as hell.
They're always wool.
Yes.
We have a winner anyway. We have a winner.
Danny G. His comment was, my very first fountain pen is an Esterbrook 444 that I received as a gift in 1968 from our secretary.
Nice.
While working for Pete Marwick and Mitchell. That's 55 years ago, and I still have this fountain pen. The pen has a fine nib and still writes well. I did have to replace the bladder once in all those years. Great fountain pen from a great fountain pen brand.
Interesting, the 444 is actually a dip pen, so I wonder if they got a dip pen and then put
a base and then put a different pen.
Put a different pen in it.
Maybe.
Yeah. So you see that a lot, actually. Anyway, congratulations, Danny. Write to Eric at AndersonPens.com. He'll take care of getting that $20 credit onto your Anderson Pens account.
Yes.
We have a new contest or survey.
We do. It's time once again for a favorite question because tastes change and because we have new audience members. So what is your favorite go-to fountain pen nib width? Extra fine, medium, broad, double broad, italic, something entirely different, stub. Please let us know in the comments section.
My favorite is one that's attached to the pen.
Aren't you helpful?
Well, see, and it is true. Tastes do change. When I first started out, I was kind of the medium kind of guy, and then I got into broads, and then and then it was and then it kind of moved around the spectrum. I've never really ever been in the extra fine camp, but now it seems most of my pens are leaning towards fine, medium fine-ish.
I started with medium and just kept going back to fine. Definitely prefer a fine nib.
You haven't really wavered very much.
I am consistent.
You are consistent, absolutely.
One thing, perhaps.
Let us know in the comments section. One commenter will be chosen at random to win a $20 credit onto your Anderson Pens account, which you can then use for buying a nib. Anything, yeah. We have absolutely nothing coming soon. That's not true. We do. Did you want to talk about this?
I did.
Is it actually coming?
Yes.
It is. We have confirmation it's coming?
Yes.
Okay, we have tracking?
We may have had tracking while we were talking.
Okay, excellent. Well, that's very good. Very good.
So coming soon is a new ink brand for us. We've been working on this for just a little while and finally got everything together.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had other things going on.
We did.
In the last few weeks.
Yes, it's been a busy couple weeks. Anyway, we will have Anderillium Ink here next week.
There's some fantastic colors.
There's some great
I'm
colors.
really looking for, I don't remember the name, but the green looks.
There's several. We had
really
been
great.
in touch with them a couple times while I was in Chicago, and it just wasn't the right time. We just didn't have capacity for much new in all that chaos. Yeah. And so we met with them while we were at the Chicago Pen Show, brought home some samples so we could get ahead of the game with swabbing everything and playing with them. And there's some great colors.
That dark green is got my eye. So
we are going to carry all 16 of their standard inks. You have the two different lines.
Can you name them?
Cephalopod and the Avian series.
Okay, well, that's all I'm going to ask you to name. I know you're not going to be able to name me. Don't even try.
There's a goldfinch.
There's a goldfinch. Right.
There's a squid.
Great.
So we will have those next week. So as soon as they arrive, the crew has to take pictures, and then we will have them up on the website available for sale.
And we'll have samples as well. 3
3
milliliter
mil
samples. Telling you the dark green is phenomenal.
There's some really, really pretty colors. We're excited.
Green,
We're excited.
I mean, there's some really great inks that are highly legible.
And then keep in mind that they're going to launch right before we move. So I have a feeling we're going to sell out, and we will restock, and they will arrive at the new store. We just didn't want to have too many boxes arrive at the old store in case something got delayed. Yeah. So it's kind of a balancing act right now until we move.
So that is coming soon. There was literally nothing on the page. Anything else you want to mention while we're here in our
new
fancy
space?
This is as empty as it's ever going to be.
I know. I'm really.
But it's nice. The carpet looks great. It's a different color than at the current store.
Yes, it's a whole different look and feel, and I'm really excited about kind of a fresh start. We're going to have a lot more room. We're looking into lots of other options for the space, and
more cases.
Cases,
yes.
Oh yeah.
The Lamy area is going to be
the Lamy shop area. We're super excited about that, and so we're basically at this point just getting ready for packing and moving, and then right after that is the pen party.
Yep. Yeah. So we didn't talk about that. We should talk about that.
Yes.
The pen party, July 21st, 22nd, 23rd. That's a Friday, Saturday, and yes, a Sunday.
Yes.
Extended hours on that Friday and Saturday. And of course, Sundays were never open. But the vendors that are going to be there, let's see if I can name them all.
Let's see.
Pilot, Bill from Pilot.
Yep.
We love Bill. Bill's a great guy. Sailor, Scott Hammer from Sailor, of course. Mark Sloan.
Mark Sloan
from Coles in London. So that's Visconti and St. DuPont.
Carrie from Kenro.
There we go. Tony from Lamy. So he's gonna love our little Lamy shop. And then of course, last but not least, the Kennedys, Mike and Linda. And of course, if you don't know who they are, you should. Linda, of course, trained with Richard Binder, and she's kind of his protege, and she does nib tuning, grinds, and adjustments. And Mike does vintage pen repair. And so for both of those, you can get your pen adjusted or your vintage pen repaired pretty much right there on the spot.
Yes.
And I will say, and I've been telling everybody this is how important this is, that the big deal that they're coming is their normal wait time is like 16 plus weeks.
That's 4 months.
So you can come in, you can get something ground, or you can get something repaired right that day. Now, if it's something extremely complicated, or it's a complicated vintage repair or something, that's different. It goes back.
Right.
But if you just want something ground to a stub or a cursive metallic or something, you can have it done that day, and boom, you're off the door. So if you're looking at doing that, we highly recommend you come as early as humanly possible when the store opens and sign up on their list.
And then shop.
Then you do what
Don't get distracted on your way in. You want to go sign up because they will have a long line. They will have a list. And you can bring more than one pen. If there is a long line, they may only do one. And then
I think the limit typically has been two pens. But if nobody's behind you, they'll
keep going.
I always tell just bring as many as you want done.
Right.
And then you can always sign up later
or send some back with them or whatever.
So
but
be
definitely
prepared because you never know.
Want to do that. We also are almost done and ready to put our list of giveaways up on the website. We've been just trying to collect info from all the vendors and have everything up there and not have to change it too many times. But we will have giveaways definitely on Friday and Saturday on the hour, starting at 11, ending at 5.
Yep.
So that's 7 giveaways a day.
Yep.
For Friday and Saturday.
Actually, it's more than that because there's more giveaways than there are hours.
Time slots.
Yeah,
so some of them are going to have 2.
We might just.
And then we may, if we have enough, bump some over to Sunday. We're still waiting to hear from some of the vendors on what their giveaways are going to be.
Yeah, so and we also don't know. Some vendors are going to be coming in late on Friday and leaving on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah,
so we don't know who's going to be there.
Some overlap on certain days.
On certain days. So we have the giveaways. We also have, is it $150? Pen purchases $150 and over. You get a free inspection and a tuning with Linda.
Yes. So if you buy a pen, not a purchase of, but a single pen that is $150 or more.
Almost anything.
Yes.
It's almost everything in the
then if you choose, we will have Linda just inspect it for you for free.
Yeah.
If it needs a tiny little tweak, she will do that. That does not cover a regrind or anything like that. But
you guarantee that your pen's going to leave.
Working.
Because I know a lot of people have that concern, and I think it's, in certain cases, it is a valid concern.
Right.
But you don't have to worry because she's going to look at it and she's going to give it her blessing, and you're going to walk out and it's going to
know that it's good.
Fantastic.
So we're excited about that. There will be some gift certificates given away. There will be
some pens. We've got a DuPont. We've got 2 Viscontis. We got a bunch of retro stuff.
Yes, some really cool stuff. Like I really like a couple of those.
You can't win. You're not eligible to win.
Yes, employees are not eligible.
Not eligible to win.
And
Mommy's giving something away.
Yes, we will also have some gift with purchase.
Yep.
So there'll be a whole lot of everything. Yep. So you really, really, really want to be here. Yep. And personally, we really want you to come, make us look good in front of all the vendors, right? So no, we're excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be a really great way to kind of break in the new space and make sure everybody knows where we are.
So that is July. That's the other June.
July, other
July
J.
21 through 23rd, not June.
Yes. July.
So you'll have plenty of time. But there's
Friday, Saturday,
big
Sunday.
parking lot right out front. You don't have to worry
Free
about
parking. I'm so excited. So. None of us will have to pay for parking anymore, and I don't have to badly parallel park. So I'm really looking forward to it.
All right.
Awesome.
I think that's it.
That is it.
So thanks so much for joining us. Tune in next time for more talk about pens, ink, and paper.
You can check us out on social media as Anderson Pens, and please like this video and subscribe to our channel. And
I have a pen in my pocket this week.
You do.
And because I knew we were talking about the Kabazaiku, I brought mine. And this one is fantastic.
I know you love these.
I love it a lot. It has great...
You were really obnoxious. You were just a obnoxious jerk about picking.
I was not an obnoxious jerk. I ordered 3 or 2. And then I just picked the one I wanted. It was not 4.
You were picky.
Well,
and then you pulled one and you set it aside, but you knew we had another one coming, and so you waited, and then I had one in Chicago.
There are no bad, I'm going to say this, there are no bad
There are no bad ones, and I kept telling you that. This is great, just
This is the only pen I've ever been picky about, ever. So, anyway, so I have my
Yes, you do. You love it. So, there you go. Thank you.